Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are watching the Humalao Cascade take on the Battle of the Angels. Both these sides trying desperately to keep their season alive as the fairy types start out with Carbink and Gardevoir. It will be Clawitzer and Blastoise starting out for the water types, and Gardevoir with the speed advantage immediately goes for the defense kill. But the 13th place Cascade have a 4-6 record. The 12th place Angels have a 5-5 record, and Blastoise with the vacuum wave does very minimal damage to Gardevoir there, being not very effective, and Clawitzer goes for the nasty plot here. So it's starting off with some early stat boosting, giving a boost to that special attack. That scale shot is avoided by Blastoise from Carbink, and Gardevoir is going to go for a super effective Zing Zap here onto Clawitzer. Gets a fantastic hit there, see if he can get the flinch as well, but Blastoise with a Electro Ball going for its own electric type move, and Clawitzer does flinch, and Carbink now follows it up with the Psy Shock here, not allowing to capitalize on that special attack boost yet, but Gardevoir does go for the cut here onto Clawitzer. They clearly want to get it off the field. Blastoise, though, with the Leech Seed, will plant those seeds on the side of Gardevoir, who does become seeded, but Clawitzer now goes for a Thunder Fang onto Carbink. Very little damage there, and Carbink's going to go for the Roar of Time, and it looks like it will get the elimination of Clawitzer, being taken out by the very non-offensive Carbink here, and there is Blastoise taking some of Gardevoir's energy. Not that Blastoise needs it, who it is still at full strength, and we have Arctivish coming out now for the Humalao Cascade, and Gardevoir going for the Crush Grip onto Blastoise. Clearly not happy having their energy taken, but Blastoise is going to disappear from the field, setting up for the Shadow Force, and Arctivish follows it up with the Teeter Dance, which is a fantastic play because Blastoise will avoid it, which means it will only confuse Carbink and Gardevoir. Fantastic there by the Cascade. This is what they need to do to keep their season alive, as Carbink has to still recharge and Gardevoir continues to lose energy due to that Leech Seed, and it needs to shake off this confusion here. It will be successful, goes for the Smackdown, but Blastoise avoids it, and Blastoise will be able to finish off this Shadow Force. Going for Gardevoir. Gardevoir holds on after that super effective hit, but that Leech Seed will surely follow as Arctivish with the Shift Gear going to give itself a really good speed boost here, as well as that attack boost on top of that, and Carbink trying to shake off its confusion is unsuccessful, hitting itself in its confusion, and Gardevoir will be eliminated by that Leech Seed. Blastoise getting a little bit of health back in the process. It's a very back and forth match, both sides having 5 Pokemon still remaining, and out comes Togekiss for the Angels. Arctivish immediately going for the Roar, though, will send Carbink back to the bench, and out in Carbink's place will come Alolan Ninetales, being dragged out onto the field. The Sleep Powder is avoided by Arctivish from Togekiss, and Blastoise with the Thunder Fang doesn't go for Togekiss, instead connects with Ninetales. The Dual Chop won't affect Ninetales, however, and Ninetales goes for the Hyper Beam. This connects with Arctivish, doing fantastic damage there as Togekiss follows it up with the Lunge, going for the Cantonian Water Starter. It's also going to lower Blastoise's attack in that process, but Blastoise now is going to go for a Moonblast, Fairy type move onto the Fairy type. Togekiss gets in a good hit there as well, but Arctivish is going to go for the Self-Destruct. This is absolutely going to change the complexion of this matchup, as everybody who was on the field has been eliminated. There goes Arctivish, Blastoise goes down, Ninetales and Togekiss about to follow, but just like that, it has now become a 3 versus 3 matchup. It is practically restarting this match, but we know Carbink, who's been in it since the start, is now back out on the field and is joined by Primarina, and now out comes Wailord and Inteleon for the Humalao Cascade. We have 2 more water type starter Pokemon on the field being on opposing sides, so, and Inteleon immediately with the super effective Poison Jab onto its fellow water starter, connecting so well there on Primarina. Wailord following it up with the Terrain Pulse. There is no terrain to capitalize on, so it's not very effective there on Carbink, as Primarina goes for a nasty plot of their own here. Is going to boost that 126 base special attack. That is a really good boost to get. Carbink follows it up with the Psychic, going for Inteleon here, who's been having a great season so far, and Inteleon's going for the Horn Drill, and that one hit KO move does connect there onto Primarina, eliminating Primarina from this matchup, giving the Cascade this late stage lead here, as Wailord gives a special defense boost to itself, and Carbink now going for the submission onto Inteleon, gets a good hit there. It's also going to get some recoil damage from that attack, as the last Pokemon for the Battle of the Angels, Sylveon, comes out onto the field. That Metal Sound won't affect Carbink due to that clear body ability, but Sylveon is going to go hide underwater with the dive. You'd have to think the water types could surely find it hiding under the water, but the fiery dance will be avoided by Sylveon, and Carbink with the earth power onto Wailord there. With that massive health as well, it will be a chip away effect, but Inteleon is going to go for the eruption. This will not connect with Sylveon, only connecting with Carbink, and it's not very effective, allowing Sylveon now to go for the dive. They are continuing to chip away here at Wailord, although that wasn't very effective. Wailord with the payback going for Carbink here, who the water types are trying to chip away at as their own side. Take damage from the crunch does Wailord, being hit by Carbink there. The stored power from Inteleon still chipping away at Carbink. And Sylveon now with a roar of its own. We saw this earlier in the matchup, and out gets dragged Milotic for the Humilau Cascade. And now Carbink follows it up with the skill swap onto Milotic here. So that clear body goes to Milotic. The cute charm ability goes to Carbink here. Now Inteleon with the defender order. It is going to boost its defensive stats instead of keeping on the offensive here. And now Milotic going for the Misty Explosion. And Milotic takes itself out. Inteleon and Sylveon hold on, but Carbink is also taken down out of this matchup. Sylveon is all by itself, and that critical hit on Sylveon barely added any effect, it seems, to that move. But Sylveon with the Ice Punch, this won't be very effective on Inteleon, and Inteleon is able to hold on. We know Wailord's coming back out onto the field, and it's reactivating that pressure ability. Sylveon all by themselves now, as Inteleon's going to go for a super effective Iron Head, but Sylveon holds on and responds with the Spite, but it does fail, and Wailord is practically guaranteeing victory for the Cascade as it goes for the Imprison. Sylveon is only going to be able to struggle from here. Inteleon follows it up with the Poison Powder. They're making sure that Sylveon will not outlast this turn, but surely it won't outlast the struggle. Wailord sets up an Electric Terrain, but that won't matter because all Sylveon can do is struggle, and surely that recoil damage will take it out. It needs to go for Inteleon just to get an extra elimination though. And that it does. So Inteleon is eliminated, but we know Sylveon has just taken itself out with the recoil damage. And the Humilau Cascade are able to hold on to victory in this matchup, giving themselves their 5th win of the season, keeping their season hopes alive. Battling Angels are not out of the running though, as their next matchup will be against the Opelousas Draconids, who are having a phenomenal season. The Humilau Cascade in their next matchup will be taking on the Golden Red Balance, but in our very next match, it will be the Pony Canyon Fissure taking on the Sirchester Frost. The Frost will have the type advantage, but the Fissure are having a great season vying for that top spot. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.